So you guys obviously can tell by the title alone for this video. Yeah, we're in for some fun shit today. We're in for some real fun shit. Inspired by the Scooby-Doo Courage the Cowardly Dog crossover, I was like, you know what? I haven't done a Scooby-Doo crossover in a while, so let's throw in the Owl House. Because, obviously I'm still coming down from the high that is thanks to them. And for added measure, since we're still keeping that spooky going, let's do, fucking... let's do, the Universal monsters. Like, let's have some, let's throw in some Universal monsters while we're at it. Like, why not? Like, why not, right? So... here we are. Owl House, Scooby-Doo, Universal Monsters. So let's get started. So this story begins in a grave in Romania, like a castle deep in a crypt deep in Romania under a castle, where a figure has found the body of Count Dracula. And they use a mysterious liquid to resurrect the Count. And the Count is like, I live and I hunger for blood. And the figure tells him, and you'll get it, Count. But not yet. We still have to find the others. So Dracula and along with Count Dracula are on a hunt to find and resurrect the classic monsters. So how they're doing this, I'll get to in a moment. But anyway, so we fast forward a couple months into the future, and basically what's going on is that the Mystery Gang, Mystery Incorporated, has been called in at Gravesfield because there's been a break-in at the local mausoleum. It turns out that a body was stolen from there, and the local police can't figure out who stole it. Like, who in their right mind would steal a body, especially one body that belonged to a person who was buried here on a whim. Like, it was a person who was buried here just long ago, and he didn't even live here. That person was Larry Talbot. Yeah, Larry Talbot's body has gone missing, and now it's up to the local police have called Mystery Incorporated because they're like, well, you deal with weird stuff all the time. Why why don't you handle this? Like, let's let you handle this. Meanwhile, the announcement that Larry Talbot's body has been stolen has piqued the interest of the Owl House crew, who are curious about it because, like, Luz is interested because, like, it's Mystery Incorporated who got involved, and it's like, oh my gosh, these guys actually fight monsters and stuff like that. Well, not really, but they battle the real monster, capitalism. So, and corporate greed. Those are the real monsters of the human realm. So, Amity, being the awesome girlfriend that she is, tries to find a way to have them meet Mystery Incorporated while they're trying to solve the mystery of what happened to Larry Talbot's body. Now, the figure who's been gathering up the monsters and resurrecting them has brought back Larry Talbot has brought him back as the Wolfman again. And now this guy has his own monster army, his own monster group. He's brought back Frankenstein and the Bride, the Invisible Man, the Phantom, the Creature from the Black Lagoon, the Mummy, all of them. And these guys are souped up. These guys are now even stronger than before. And the reason why they're souped up and stronger than before, because this person has been using Titan's blood. Yeah, there's apparently been this person found Titan blood, not realizing what it was, and discovered this Titan blood deep in Germany. It was apparent. It was going to be used by. It was actually found by the Nazis during World War II, and it was part of their occult research. However, a bombing run in the U.S. stopped them from using them, and the Titan blood that they managed to recover was long gone. However, this person found it and used the Titan blood to resurrect the monsters of old in order to create his own personal monster army. And who is this person? It is the great-great-grandson of Victor Frankenstein. He has been more or less inspired by the stories of his ancestor and the monsters of old, and he believes that the world has become so monstrous in of itself that it's time for real monsters to arise and take control of the world. Yeah, he's crazy. If you haven't figured it out yet, he's kind of bonkers. So, meanwhile, back with... but however, there's a problem. He's used up all the Titan blood, and the Titan blood is kind of keeping the monsters alive. So now, he does believe that he's been following the stories of Philip, and he's been following the Witterbane brothers' legend, and he believes that there's Titan blood in Gravesfield, which there is. So now he and his monsters are going to go there to recover some more Titan blood so the monsters can stay alive and they can find and resurrect more monsters. So obviously at this point the kids are meeting the Mystery Inc. and they're actually having a grand old time. They're actually like hanging out. They're like, this is really cool. I'd love to have some like collabs like Velma and Willow. I thought like just Velma and Willow would be a lot of fun of having them together. Gus and Hunter with Scooby-Doo and Shaggy I thought would be a great combination. I would even love I even thought like Amity and Luz with Fred and Fred and Daphne. Just the thought of them, and also like Fred trying to teach Luz how to use like trying to use traps and whatnot. However, this gets spoiled because while they're in the middle of trying to figure out the missing body, they get attacked by said missing body of the Wolfman, followed by the Invisible Man and Frankenstein, which leads to your classic chase scene throughout a graveyard. And eventually more monsters start showing up, and now keep in mind they've been kind of the Owl House gang had more or less kept their witch-like abilities in check and like hidden them. That's not the case anymore, so they got to break out the witch power real fast if they're ordered to stop the monsters. Now, obviously, as you can imagine, Mystery Incorporated was not prepared for dealing with monsters, let alone have actual witches, and Scooby-Doo obviously had the proper response. Yikes! And Shaggy's like, what? Like real witches, Scoob? This isn't crazy. Are you guys gonna make us into pie? And Amity goes, that's actually a really hurtful stereotype. Yeah. So the two teams agree that they need to stop this monster horde, and now they don't know what they're looking for because obviously this is set before season 3 in the few months time span, and they're trying to all they know is that whatever Dr. Frankenstein is trying to unleash, none of it can be good. So what they have to do is basically keep whatever he's got in his clutches away from basically using it to create more monsters. And unfortunately, he does manage to use what's left of the Titan blood he had to resurrect a monster. Or rather, I say monsters, because he brings back the Mole Men. Yeah, the Mole Men. And as an added bonus, he brings back the Metalunan from this island Earth. So you have an army of Mole Men who attack Gravesfield, and the gang being chased by the Metalunan. Because they're kind of like the outside bar of the Universal Monsters. So, yeah. It's just this wacky story of all these elements coming together until finally this Dr. Frankenstein is finally defeated by Luz, who doesn't realize that it's, what he was using was Titan blood, because he used it all up to resurrect the Mole Men. And she's just like, whatever this is, whatever you used was way too dangerous. And yeah, you're going to jail, buddy. And Dr. Frankenstein's like, all I wanted was a utopia of darkness, and I wouldn't have got away with it too if it weren't for you meddling witches. Anyway, so there you go, guys. Just a fun late night crossover. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of this? Do you guys like it, hate it? Comment below, let me know. Other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.